I'm very happy to be here. I'm always fond of coming back to Australia. In my career at Mincom, I traveled many times back and forth from Austin, Texas, to here in Brisbane and Perth. And it's always good to come back and see my wonderful colleagues and customers that I worked with over the last few years. The other nice reason to come back is it's 40 degrees right now in Austin, Texas, so your winter is absolutely splendid and wonderful. And I also noted that all the clothing stores are now selling all their winter clothing, so I can buy it now and be ready for my winter. So everything just works out being in the different hemisphere. So, as Kenneth said, I'm going to spend a moment with you this morning to describe how ABB is expanding in the digital transformation through the exciting and strategic partner with Microsoft. First, let's spend a moment on what our CEO, Ulrich Spiesshofer, has said regarding this whole topic, because it really puts us in context as what I'm going to share with you. As a pioneering technology leader and global digital champion, ABB addresses customers' needs in the energy and fourth industrial revolutions, which you heard about a moment ago, through our 4 market-leading entrepreneurial businesses and our ABB Ability digital offering. So what does he really mean by that? I've learned 4 key points from what he says. Pioneering technology leader, indeed. ABB has 126 years in innovative power and automated solutions. Global digital champion, as mentioned by Tauno and Kenneth and Rick, and I'll touch on more on that in a moment. And then revolutions in our industry. Well, he talks about the energy revolution. Rick talked about that. It's primarily about the changes to support distributed energy resources, particularly renewables and battery storage. And then he talks about the fourth industrial revolution. Well, what's the first? The first is water and steam to mechanize production. The second is electrical power for mass production. The third is electronics and IT for automating production. And now we move to this fourth industrial revolution, which is a combination of all the things behind the physical, digital, and biological worlds, and it impacts everything. And it's really the third industrial revolution sort of amped up or on steroids. He talks about the 4 market-leading businesses. Those are our divisions. And then he ends with ABB Ability, which Rick talked you through, but that's a good topic that will lead us into the rest of this morning's discussion. So as a leader in mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, material science, and software, ABB has always applied the best tools available for the task at hand. For more than 40 years, this has meant building software and connectivity into our devices and systems. And with an estimated install base of 70 million digitally enabled connected devices, 70,000 digital control systems installed, and on top of that is 6,000 enterprise software solutions near and dear to my heart. That means that ABB is digital. It's really in our DNA. So ABB has formalized this digital transformation with ABB Ability, which Rick talked about, and that's our unified cross-industry digital capability from device to edge to cloud. And ABB Ability gives customers a significant advantage with our combination at ABB of deep domain expertise, but also through strategic partnerships with other industry and technology leaders. So in October 2016, ABB and Microsoft announced a very significant partnership that brings Microsoft's 40-plus years as a software leader in commercial and consumer software together with ABB. And through this partnership, the Microsoft Azure platform provides the basis for the ABB Ability solutions and services that run in the cloud. So what does that partnership consist of? It's executive alignment and sponsorship, joint solution development with my organization to deliver world-class business solutions, joint investments to drive the agenda of this digital transformation, and making sure that we future-proof whatever ABB software we offer in the cloud. So that enables flexibility and durability and upgradability and availability and all the things necessary for world-class software to serve your needs. At a more personal level, my software developers have really enjoyed this partnership over the last year because they've been able to work very closely with Microsoft in several ways. We have dedicated experts from Microsoft assigned to us, technology, contacts, business development, and for marketing. We have access to the core Azure developers in Redmond. We help them as part of their early testing and ongoing testing of their service fabric for Linux, which is very important for people writing Java code, et cetera. We have Azure summits where we get to pick a bunch of topics that we think are important for our team to understand. And Microsoft arranges these 2-day seminars with those topics covered, and we attend. So we covered things like multi-tenancy, how do you do that? How do you do application integration between the clouds and to enterprises? And things around how to use application insights to monitor these systems as they're running in the cloud. We run hackfests with them so that both developers from both companies can noodle and work on the same problems. And we've also enlisted and hired consulting specialists from Microsoft that have worked on-site with our teams to advance our products. So in summary, our partnership with Microsoft is a key enabler to accelerating our R&D and then accelerating the value we provide to the customers globally. Earlier, Rick talked about Connected Asset Lifecycle Management, or CALM. This runs in the Azure cloud and leverages the infrastructure as a service, IaaS, as well as the platform as a service, PaaS, capabilities from Azure. And that provides a scalable, secure, serviceable, and flexible solution. So here's just a quick list of how CALM, the product on the left that we have, uses Azure. We use Service Fabric and App Server containers to provide the scalable compute resources for these components to run in Azure. And as load increases by running in Service Fabric, the system will respond to meet that load automatically. We use Azure SQL with Elastic Pool configured, and that's used to manage the space allocation and automatically respond to customers' data resource demands as they increase. So the whole point of this stuff is this plumbing is there done for us, and it also is a response to demands put on the system. We use Azure Data Lake and analytics services to support the business intelligence of CALM. To message to external applications, either in another cloud or the customer's IT part of the network, we use the Azure Service Bus. And on top of that, we run logic apps, which are tools from Microsoft to actually write the transformations of messages and also the business choreography. Connectivity to the edge devices, things at the OT layer, those are done by the ABB Ability Gateway, which has an edge component and a component in the cloud, and that cloud component runs in Azure. So CALM and other enterprise software products, which I'll share with you shortly, are also using the specialized services out of Azure called Cortana Intelligence Suite. And this suite provides services for machine learning, for having chatbots, for having dialogues with a back-end rules engine, and also for doing image recognition. And the Asset Performance Management is our Asset Health Center product, and Enterprise Asset Management is Ellipse. Both of those are running in the cloud today and in Azure production. And that's going to be followed by the Workforce Management in the lower left, which will be available in Q4 this year, also running in Azure. And then as packaged and built and integrated as a solution, CALM 1.0, to easily onboard customers to that solution. These are some of the customers that are using our asset management solutions that are running in Azure. So for Ellipse and Ellipse Select, you can see these industries are supported for these customers. And for Asset Health Center, which Rick talked about earlier, which is used for predictive maintenance and preventative maintenance, running in the cloud for these customers, for these industries. For our Power Market software, which is used for managing operations, we have End Market and Velocity Suite. Those are both running in Azure today, and that's servicing the customers we see on the right. So here's an example of Asset Suite current technology. And this is the wind asset performance management that's in Asset Health Center. And you can see wind turbine, I guess they call it a nacelle or nacelle, the thing that houses the outside. And you can see the power curve reports coming out of it. So Asset Health Center helps the customer understand the behavior and the performance out of this equipment and trends over time and can recommend actions for service or maintenance and such. So it's not hard to see that in our near future, we'll have machine learning systems coordinating weather patterns, with ABB assets and wind generation and solar grids to ensure reliable and predictable power delivery. And as the industry evolves with renewables playing an increasingly important role in the energy value chain, ABB is innovating and investing to make sure we continue to deliver industry-leading solutions to our customers. This is some of the cool stuff that Kenneth talked about a moment ago. And this is something that really energized my team. They were asked, I guess it was in September of last year, as this announcement was happening, they said, look, just take 2 weeks, the team up in Vancouver, just take 2 weeks and do something innovative. Doesn't matter, just something crazy in this new Azure environment, whatever you want to do. And they took 3 days, and they were able to put together a little solution that allows a technician to take a photo of something in the field. It could be a burning transformer, a burning tree, or something else, or a flooded lake, and automatically dispatch that and send that photo up into Azure and run into the Cortana intelligence services, where there's an image recognition program which then takes a look at that and responds back saying it's a 90% reliability that's probably a burning transformer. And then causes the message to go back to the mobile device and allow the person using the device to say, well, we need to get that fixed. Press a button, send another message through Azure out to our service suite product to dispatch a crew member. That was done in 3 days. That's the kind of rapid development that really excites our team with having all the tools there at our disposal. So there's a bunch of other things that are being done. On the right, we talked about Asset Health Center, and that is starting to leverage machine learning in Cortana. We've done pilots with partial gas discharge in transformers. On the left is our energy portfolio velocity suite, and that's using stuff to also model things using machine learning. So this is for people in the control rooms. But on the left are things that are available to us that we're either in roadmap or piloting today for really enabling the technician in the field so that they are able to do the job safely, more effectively. And there's a big transformation we're seeing as the customers are still giving their technicians a clipboard and a piece of paper, and they go out on site and they write down whatever sort of values and readings they see from the equipment, so it's on paper. And then they have to go back to the office and hopefully they'll send back the information, and that information being important to the back-end systems. A lot of them have transferred over to handheld devices, mobile devices, to fill out the form on a tablet. But we're taking the next generation and we're using Cortana Intelligence chatbots things, so the technician holding the device can have a dialogue with it. And it's not just like Siri, would you ask one question at a time. These are connected that are run by rules in Azure. The next step after that we're actually going to deliver by the end of this year is now hands-free, where the technician has a sort of headset with a little optical display and a microphone, 100 dB noise-canceling microphone, a video camera, et cetera, to have this attached to their helmet and be out in the field and have their hands free to do the work. They can communicate back with the supervisor back in the control room with the video camera saying, hey, boss, do you see what I'm seeing? Or do I cut the red wire or do I cut the blue wire? Or whatever they need to do. You can take photos and send that back. And also in that display, we download schematics and other documents the technician can have ready at hand. And I've used it. It's like having an iPhone like maybe 9 inches from your eye, and you can actually, using your voice command, scroll through the documents. So now they can wear heavy gloves in the cold, they can be hanging off the side of a wind turbine, they can do all this work hands-free. So that's really the exciting things on the left. We're working with drones vendors because the capability of the drones is to automate flying around, let's say, a transmission tower. Customers will have miles and miles of these transmission towers. You can actually program the drone to go fly a set pattern around each one during the day and take photos. And those photos are then sent back, and that's where Cortana Intelligence comes in handy, to examine the photos and look for degradation and do image recognition and look for degradation in certain components and then recommend repair things. So the theme here is all about data and getting this data back through these devices enabling technicians, the things that we're working on. So I'd just like to conclude that this is a very significant and valuable partnership with Microsoft. It's been enabled by the vision and sponsorship of the leadership at Microsoft and ABB, and it's fully embraced by the teams. In enterprise software, my development teams are energized by this ready access to the expertise of Microsoft and the rich set of advanced secure platforms and tools. By using Microsoft as a basis of ABB Ability platform in the cloud, we gain tremendous efficiency by harnessing the significant investment that Microsoft is investing in their tools. Our customers benefit as they can tap into an ever-growing ecosystem of system integrators and developers that are increasingly developing applications with these same tools.